Man, oh man, nostalgia is one hell of a drug, and Atari did a good job at it. What's up everybody, it's Dark Wolf Age bringing you the awesome stuff today and beyond. While E3 is right around the corner, something pretty interesting happened over at the Indiegogo website. Not long ago, Atari has recently opened up their Indiegogo campaign for their latest device called the Atari VCS. You're probably thinking, what is the Atari VCS? Well, just to fill you in, the Atari VCS is basically a redesign of the Atari 2600 in modern day. It's basically Atari's way of saying thank you for everybody who has been supporting us for all these years. With that, we're gonna go ahead and release a revamped version for this generation, and we're gonna call it the Atari VCS, which is basically same design of the Atari 2600, putting it for this new generation. And you're thinking, okay, that sounds great. And then when you look at the price tag for it, the original campaign for just the device itself goes up to $300. But then you're like, it's not a bad thing, you know, it's $300, so what? But then when you start to look down into the device itself, you start to realize, and you'd be like, why? Just why have this in the first place? But the most interesting part about all of this, literally, is that when Atari opened up their campaign, for their Indiegogo campaign, this is not the first time they actually talked about this. They actually talked about the Atari VCS a long time ago. But just on the first day that they opened up their Indiegogo campaign, it exploded. It literally exploded. Like, the first hour, it went up to over $1 million, and you know, at the time of making the recording, it went over $1 million. And I checked on the website again, and I did a refresh. It went to 2 million plus. I'm pretty sure that even when I'm done this recording right now, it's gonna go up. It's ridiculous. And I kid you not, when you go and dig deep into the device, you look at, okay, so what makes this device so special? Okay, you look into it and be like, holy cow, that is no different than any other laptop or any other devices that I've seen in the market. And you can do the exact same thing. And you can. And honestly, this is the most bizarre thing that I have ever seen. Because look, I'll be honest, I've heard talks about the Atari VCS before from other YouTubers, from other content creators have talked about this. While I do see where they're coming from, and I do see their perspective on what it's not going to be successful, I was just being quiet because, you know, why not? I want to go ahead and give everybody a chance. And holy cow, it exceeded my expectation. Because the thing is, you have to understand, is that Atari themselves, they had the goal to be just 100,000. That's it, 100,000. They never really expected it to go up and beyond. So just think about it for a second. Like, on the first day they opened up the Indiegogo campaign and poof, everything exploded. It just went up to 2 million, and you're just thinking, okay, what the hell am I missing here? And when you look at the device, I mean, you know what? How about this? Let us take a look at what makes this device so special, because honestly, it does not. When you look at the device and you just keep on scrolling, sure, it talks about the history of the Atari VCS. It tells you why they did it and what it comes with. And we start looking at the packages they're offering. It's not much. Like, the first thing that they're offering right there is a $300, and it comes with classic Atari joystick. There's no controller in there, and a separate controller would also run you for $30, like the classic controller. But if you also want the more modern controller, that would run you up to $50. But also, if you, let's just say that you wanted either the regular black device, that's going to cost you at $200, even though this is on discount right now as of making this recording. But I'm pretty sure, like, later on, because it says right there, limited quantity pre-order discount, hurry while supplies last. It's basically discount for a certain amount of period of time. Also, I'm pretty sure the exact same thing goes for all of these products right here. But again, let's take a look at the collector's edition. You basically get a wood grain, and this thing goes for a limited time, and the expiry date for this is on 11th of June. yeah, like literally they're trying to push this thing forward at full price. And then we start to keep on scrolling and scrolling, just looking at the other stuff that they're providing with the 𝐒𝐈 bundle. Basically the black device is for $279, and again there is a discount. But you're wondering, okay, what's make this device so special? Let's go down to the specification. Actually, before we jump down to the specification, let's just see what the device actually offers. Okay, right there. So the only reason we want to back up a console is because of the games. If the console does not have games, why even bother? You might as well just, you know, have a piece of brick, a $300 brick. So what are the games? The games basically are 100 of the Atari classics, and when I did a little searching on this thing, this collection of Atari classics is no different on Steam, which you can get it for cheap. Like literally, if you go to the Steam website and you look at the Atari Vault, which is the exact same thing that's on what this device is offering, it's on Steam is ridiculously cheap, and it's the exact same stuff. Okay, alright, fine. I'll give the Atari VCS the benefit of the doubt that, alright, it has the games. What else? According to Atari is be like, oh, here are other stuff that you can do. You can use it as a media streaming. You can go ahead and play online. Come on, I mean, what would I want to play online with the Atari games? I mean, single player, sure, but online, yeah, that's no. Even though I love retro games, believe me, I love retro games, but for me to play online with the Atari classics, nah. And it also has Tempest. Okay, Tempest is a great game, but still, what else? Then it'd be like, we have multiple studios who we're partnering with, and frankly, I don't know much about these studios, but I'm assuming they're good. What else is there? According to Atari, it says it's an open and secure platform for endless possibilities. What kind of possibilities, you say? Well, Atari loves passionate, dedicated creators and collectors out there who kept our classic consoles alive. And basically, yeah, the platform is made of Linux. Again, you can do the exact same thing with a regular computer, but they say that you can go ahead, they're catering to creators and software designers, but you can do this on a regular computer, because they keep on stressing this point out right here. Developing games for the Atari VCS, like right there, it says right here, developing games for the Atari VCS. They go, here's how you will submit your game for the distribution of the Atari VCS. Okay, sure, that's great, but again, you can still do this same stuff on a regular computer. I'm not going to spend $300 on a device. I even wonder how good the specs are. Let's look at the specs right now. Alright, so operating system, Linux, compatible system, Linux, powers on, low connection, no need for, okay, connections has HDMI port, Bluetooth, what else, Ethernet and USB. It has external inputs for joysticks, modern controller. Storage has 32 GB of memory card, RAM 4 GB, CPU, Bristol Bridge A10, GPU Radeon R7. And then it says like they're gonna have like its own cloud storage of some sort, cross gaming chat via Skype and Discord, like literally nothing interesting. And then right here it says forefront facing mic array, whoopee-doo. Like literally, there is nothing interesting about the device. And I do not understand why or how it got over 2 million. It doesn't make sense. But here's the thing, and this is what I firmly believe, the only reason this thing is getting popular is that I started to ask myself, okay, so why would someone want to invest in something like this? First off, let's think back. Before I get started on that part, I want to go ahead and remind you that this whole thing just reminded me of one device which you probably know, and that is the 𝐒𝐈, which got launched a long time ago. It had a successful campaign, but it didn't so well, and it failed. And this is no different than the 𝐒𝐈. Hands down, no different. But I will say that the only reason why people are going with this, and it just clicked my head, I never thought about it twice, or giving twice thought about it, is here's the thing. Why would people want to go ahead and get this? Why would, when you go on Amazon, okay, not Amazon only, but also on eBay when this thing got launched, if this is a retail price for this thing is $80. So why is it that when you go on Amazon that this thing, a lot of people resell it for $200. You know, why would they flip on it for $200? Let alone, same thing is true for this guy right here. You know, this is the NES Mini Classic. So the question is, why do both of these devices right here, they get flipped over? And like when the original price tag, this is $80, this is $60. Why on earth do people then take these devices and put them up for $200 and plus? Simple, because once these guys get launched, everybody knows that these are going to be collector's item, and once Nintendo has discontinued, you know, these devices, and they will be discontinued, okay, it's pretty much easy to go ahead and flip those prices up. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is the exact same thing as what's going to happen with the Atari VCS. I honestly believe that people want to go ahead and get this device just because they can go ahead and flip it later on eBay, Craigslist, or whatever, because the device is discontinued and no more. So is it worth investing $300 plus even if it's a limited edition on the veneer, black wood grain, whatever? No, it's not. And I love retro consoles, and I love the Super Nintendo Mini Classic, including the Mini Edition Classic. I do love them. And the only reason I got them is because I wanted to play Nintendo games, and I certain games that I wanted to own from the Super Nintendo Mini, is because it has the first ever release of Star Fox 2 on that, officially released by Nintendo. So yeah, that to me is something. In addition, you know, like, I know that this thing is obviously going to be a collector's item regardless if you want to use it or not, but either way, there's one thing that we can all agree on, and that is the price factor for this and this are priced correctly. For $80 and $60, you'll get everything that you wanted. But paying $300, literally $300, and even with the joysticks and whatnot, I would better off in spending that money either on a Nintendo Switch, or better yet, I would spend that money on a PS4 Pro. Why not? Because here's the thing, it seems to me that people want to get this just for the collector item. You're just collecting and not really seeing what it can do. Sure, I'll tell Atari that they have a successful campaign. Yes, by all means, Atari, I applaud to you. I applaud to what you guys have done. And whoever's handling the marketing on Indiegogo, you know, amazing job. You did something that blew everybody's mind, and I applaud that part. But again, if Atari was to go ahead and realize the reality of things, sure, it's a collector's item, they made their money, but let's just say, are they gonna go ahead and release another console similar to this because it has a successful campaign? Maybe, but well, that next campaign is going to be successful? I doubt it, because, you know, again, nostalgia is one hell of a drug, and I think people just buy this console because they want to see Atari fail, and they want to go ahead and keep it as a collector, and just flipping it on Craigslist, eBay, or whatever. The exact same thing that is happening with that we see today with the SNES Mini and the NES Mini as well. And also, speaking of, the NES Mini is going to get a relaunch again in July or August, I don't know when, but it's coming back because Nintendo realizes that it was so successful. It's going to bring those back one more time, and this is obviously going to get discontinued and will be replaced with the eventually forthcoming of the N64 Mini. But you get the idea, folks. Like, the Atari VCS is not worth it. It's literally attacking the whole nostalgia factor, and it's gaining money off it because nostalgia is one hell of a drug. There's no denying that part at all. But enough about me talking about the console. I am curious what you think about the Atari VCS. Do you honestly think that it is well worth the $300? Are you planning on getting the Atari VCS? I'm interested in knowing what you think about the whole Indiegogo campaign and about the console. And let me know what you think about it in the comment section below. And I'll also go ahead and leave a link to Atari VCS Indiegogo campaign in the description box so that you yourself can go ahead and take a look at it and see what it is actually about. And to be honest, I really wish Atari can go ahead and shed some light about the Atari VCS, because really there's nothing to me that I still do not understand what is making it so successful. If there's something that I'm missing, then I would love to know what it is. And I hope maybe, just maybe out of the blue, that Atari would actually talk about this on E3 when E3 comes out, just, you know, like a random thing that they would do. So yeah, I don't know, let me know what you think about it. And also, speaking of E3, I will be doing a live streaming of E3 and talking about the event. If you are interested in joining me live for the streaming, it will be on Twitch, and I'll go ahead and also leave the link for my Twitch account in the description box below, and I hope I can go ahead and see you guys over there and talk to you guys live as well. With all that being said, thank you so much for watching this video. This is 𝐒𝐨𝐜𝐿 signing off, and I'll see you guys next time.